Hey friends, Bonnie from Pie Plate Patterns. We're going to make a cute little pouch today. This is a fat eighth, which is 9 by about 21. And then I have a fusible fleece piece that's 9 by about 10. And then these two pieces, which are just an accent binding, they're 9 by 1.5. And the cute little tab is 4.5 by 3. And then I have a zipper that's about 10 inches. You could make it could be longer than that if you want. And I had some zipper tape, so that's what I'm using. These are the binding pieces, the 1.5 inch pieces, and we're gonna fold those in half and press them. And then unfold it and take the edges and press to the middle. We're gonna do that on all three of these little pieces. And then you have a really nice finished edge. And this is going to make a cute little accent. This is kind of unnecessary, but I think it makes it really cute to have another color. Fold those together, and then that is done. And we're going to do a little magic, and voila! Now we have two. We do the same thing with the tab. Again, this is about 4.5 by 3. You could put a tab on both sides of the bag if you want. I only did it on one side. So same process. And then we're going to take our fat eighth and our fusible fleece, and we're going to fuse them together. It doesn't matter which side you put the fusible on. I just sandwiched them in between. You could cut the fat eighth in half if you want to, but it's just going to fuse on one side. But that gives it enough so that we can quilt it. So I'm going to use these lines that are on the fabric to quilt, and I'm using a walking foot. It is, I would say, necessary if you're doing this kind of quilting. I wanted it pretty close together, just because it's such a small little pouch. And the walking foot just makes it just glide. It takes the fabric from on the top as fast as the one on the bottom. So when you have anything that has batting or fleece or anything in between, this is really kind of a necessary tool, in my opinion. I sped this up to like 10. But honestly, it's so small that it actually does go pretty fast. You could quilt this however you want. On other ones, I just did a straight line and then I just followed the edge of the walking foot, so it leaves about a 1/2 inch in between. On another one, I did like a diamond pattern, but I had to draw that on, so that was a little bit more tedious. And then when you're done with that, we're just going to trim it up till it's about 9 by 10. Actually, I trimmed it up maybe so it's probably like 8.5, and I think that that's almost a cuter size. But the first thing that I did was line that finished edge up on the line of my cutting mat so that I could make sure that those two are exactly the same amount apart. And then I line, of course you can see that line there on my ruler that I line up on the bottom and trim those sides off. Now I'm sewing on the little binding piece. It didn't show the first fit, sorry. But you just sew right along that first edge, that first line that's folded, and then turn it over around the quilted part. And this is on the 9-inch side that we're doing this. Make a nice finished edge there. You don't necessarily have to have your walking foot, but this is a lot of layers, and I think it does help. And then we're just going to take and put our binding. I actually did this on the other side also. And I'm just stitching in the ditch right here, and it's catching the zipper underneath. So the zipper lays nice and flat, but I still have that finished edge on the pouch. So stitch right in between the yellow and the blue. And then I get to take my zipper apart if you don't have a zipper tape, then you'd have to kind of finagle it just a little bit. It's a little bit more finicky. It's going to be kind of scrunchy on one side, but unzip it as far as you can go and then do it on the other side. But then the bad part of this, doing it this way, is now I have to put my zipper pull on, and you're going to see that I kind of struggle. Oh, magic. I kind of struggled. And then I'm going to find the center of both sides, and then we'll make our little tab for the other side. And I should have had it inside out at this point, and you'll see me fix that in just a minute, but I should have had it inside out. Silly. Oh yeah, I gotta turn it. So I'm always making mistakes, let's be honest. And then I poke myself with the pin. It's fun. Everything's great. Okay, so here's my little tab, and I'm just going to do a little finishing stitch on that. Already pressed it. And then I'm just going to fold it together onto itself, double it over. And I'm going to put it in between the layers on the side that the zipper pull, on the bottom side. So not the side that the zipper pull is going to stay on. And it takes me just a second to get this centered on there. Just center it right over the zipper. So again, opposite side of the zipper pull on that one. Stitch that 1/4 inch. And I go over the zipper part a couple of times just to make sure that that's nice and sturdy. Same thing on this side. And then I'm going to trim those edges off. And I do a zigzag. If you have a serger, that'd be super duper too. Or some people bind these. I figure it's inside. I don't really want to do that. But I did a nice tight wide zigzag on the edges. Just to give it a little bit more stability and to have a kind of a finished edge there. And then I'm going to box these. I did a 1 1/8, so I'm lining it up with my seam. I did 1 1/8. You could do a little bit more, a little bit less. Probably somewhere around there though, because it's so small. Stitch right on the line. And then trim it 1/4 inch to a 1/4 inch. And I did another zigzag to finish those little boxed corners. So I do it as wide as I can, and I do about a 2. Make it really nice and tight. And I did that on all of them. And my little pouch is done. Turn it right side out. My box corners look pretty good. And that is it. I hope you enjoyed, and I hope that you'll make a few.